Hi, everybody. It's Dennis Daly, welcoming you to All Week Theater. Every week I take a classic old-time radio episode, cut it up into 5 pieces, and present it for your convenient listening pleasure. During this week's 5-part theater, I present a half hour from the early 1950s of a show that was the favorite of just about everyone who listened to radio. Jim and Marion Jordan, husband and wife, played Fibber McGee and Molly for 20 years on radio. So let's go back to 1953 and an episode, part 1, of Fibber McGee and Molly.
The Pet Milk Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The first evaporated milk, Pet Milk, presents Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Dick LeGrand, John McIntyre, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Keith Fowler and directed by Max Hutto with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Whenever I hear someone say, those two were made for each other, I always think of coffee and pet milk. That's right. Coffee and pet milk really are made for each other. Made to blend together perfectly for coffee that's creamy smooth, mellow, satisfying. Because pet milk is sweet country milk concentrated to double richness by evaporation, it's twice as rich in cream as ordinary milk. Yet, rich as it is, pet milk costs less than half as much as cream. So you also save money when you use pet milk instead of expensive cream in coffee. If you haven't already joined the millions of coffee lovers who enjoy coffee with pet milk, try it tomorrow, and you'll know what I mean when I say pet milk and coffee are made for each other. Bathtubs sometimes make very strange noises when the water gurgles down the drain. But the strangest noise that ever came from a bathtub sounds like this.
Oh, the moon shines tonight on pretty Red Wing.
Yes, that bathtub was occupied by Mr. McGee of Fibber McGee and Molly.
I feel great this morning, Molly, full of vim and vinegar. Did you hear me singing up there in the bathtub a minute ago?
Singing? I thought you were drowning. I started to run upstairs and see if you were all right, but the phone rang and I had to answer.
Oh, I was okay, just singing. I often think I made a mistake not keeping on with my vocal career.
Really?
I might have been a big name in the music game like Crosby or Como or Ferdinand Dinwiddie.
Who in the world is Ferdinand Dinwiddie?
You don't know? My gosh, kiddo, you don't know much about music. You've heard of Johnny Ray?
Yes.
Well, Ferdinand Dinwiddie is the guy who wrings out Johnny Ray's handkerchiefs.
Well, I apologize for not knowing him.
I almost didn't know him, too.
Also for not knowing that you ever had a vocal career.
Yeah, I did a lot of singing with Fred Nittany, the guy that I and him had a vaudeville act together from Starved Rock, Illinois.
Well, I've heard you mention him.
Yeah, I and Fred had a real novelty act. We had a little toy piano, see, and Fred hung it around his neck on a rope. I stood on my hands on Fred's hands, and he held me up in the air. Then he played the toy piano with his nose, and I sung My Mother's Eyes upside down.
That should have been a great act for Mother's Day.
We had to give it up, though. On account of when Fred held me in the air, my head was right close to his head. See?
Yes.
I had a powerful voice in them days, and My Mother's Eyes was ruining my partner's ears.
Maybe it's just as well you gave it up, lover. We're happy now.
But I didn't give it up right away. After me and Fred busted up, I'd done a single for a while. Billed myself as Robinson Crusoe, the warbling beachcomber.
Well, very catchy name.
Yeah, used to come on dressed in a pair of torn pants with a life preserver around my neck and carrying a canoe paddle in one hand.
A canoe paddle?
Yeah, it wasn't very dressy looking, but coming mighty handy in the small towns. I cured many an audience of pitching tomatoes by batting them back up in the balcony with a I mind one time I bunted a ripe cantaloupe into the second row and caught a fat guy right in...
Hold it, dearie. Come in.
Good morning. Is Mr. McGee here?
Yeah, I'm Mr. McGee, Bud. This is my wife, Molly McGee.
How do you do, I'm sure?
Allow me to present my card.
Ah, yes. William Harding, Apex Advertising Agency, 14th and Oak. Well, you're wasting your time, Bud. I got nothing to advertise.
Oh, no. That's not why I'm here.
Oh?
Are you the gentleman who sings?
A good question.
Well, yeah, I warble a little now and then. Nothing fancy, just bathroom harmony.
May I hear your voice, please?
Why, sure. Why not? Oh, the moon shines tonight on pretty Red Wing.
That's it. I've been tricky for. At last I've tracked you down.
Well, now, he has a right to sing in his own home.
Sure.
Nobody ever complained before and got anywhere with it.
Oh, no, Mr. McGee. You misunderstood me. I admire his voice.
You do?
Tremendously.
Hey, what is this?
I've often stood on my front porch and listened to him sing, but I could never quite place the direction his voice came from. Just a little too faint.
How far you live from here?
5 blocks.
I just ain't got the power I used to have.
That's part one of this week's 5-part theater. This time around, Fibber McGee and Molly. Will Fibber turn out to be a spokesman on radio for some product? So join me next time when I take a classic old-time radio episode and split it up into 5 easy-to-digest pieces. Right here on All Week Theater.